It Takes Two. No time for faffing about tonight. Oh no, we have loads to get through. So let's get straight to business and find out who's in the green room. It's the delicious Davood and Nadiya. The delightful Molly and AJ. Naughty. And the divine Miss Vicky Gill. Oh, plus we will be revealing which scary costume you have chosen for Ian Waite to wear later in the show. I wonder what it could be. But first, I like my Strictly couples like I like my coffee. Hot, strong, and a little bit frothy. It's Davood and Nadiya.
Strength. This is what you have, this amazing power and this energy you give to the dancers, and it worked perfectly in the jive.
A little bit heavy-footed, I thought.
I think that you brought your best foot forward.
Davood and Nadiya are here! Show them your love. Oh, that looked quite good, didn't it? You looked quite good there. It was a scorching start to the show. How ready were you for this jive, Davood? How ready were you to start the show on Saturday?
I was nervy, wasn't it, at the beginning? Because you need a little warm-up into a jive, because it's very physical. So we were waiting out back, jumping around all over the place, and then just added to the nerves, knowing you had to kick off the show. But it meant that you could come and enjoy the rest of the show after it was done. So there was definitely a bonus.
So there are pros and cons to all of it. And I have to say, you are back where you belong, not in the dance-off. Well done. Did you feel last week you had a point to prove?
Yeah, obviously when they save you in the dance-off, you want to come back strong, right? So we felt like we had something to prove. And the jive's a great dance to come back on as well, because you can really kind of hit the ground running.
And joyous as well. And Shirley and Darcy gave you so much praise, which we love. Craig gave you a little bit of a list. Deep breath. He included too much upper body movement. Your arm was misplaced. It was heavy-footed. It like wah 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 wah. Just feeling like the teacher on Charlie Brown. But the thing is, though, Nadiya, you're working with this guy all the time. How much has he improved since you first laid your hands on him?
A lot.
Yes.
Really. And now, like yesterday on the training, he was telling me actually, okay, so where do we start? We start with the swivels or we do a telemark? And I'm like, oh my God, you really know.
You're learning.
Terminology is in there.
Like, yes.
These are terms you will never forget. Years later, you'll be like, oh, Skelter Chassis. That is all very encouraging. Also, your gorgeous telly mum. We love her. Bonnie Langford. She tweeted this, fab jive. Don't let him do the dance-off again, ever. Proud mum.
Oh, my telly mum.
I know, and she's an amazing mover, is Bonnie. Yeah. Has June Brown been giving you any tips? Is she following?
I could do with the tips if you're watching, June. Just help me out next time we're in the Vic together.
But are the family, are they looking after you?
Everybody loves it. And we actually were sitting in the Vic just the other day, chatting about it, you know, with Tamika and Kelly and everybody who's been here and done it, and they're so excited and they want to hear about my journey and tell me about theirs. So, yeah, everybody's really into it. And it's a great thing. It's like we're in the pub and we remember we've got to do a scene, you know?
I know you're in the pub, but it's not really a shandy, is it?
It's definitely not.
Apple juice or something like that. That's glorious. OK, now it's Halloween, and we know very well that you, young man, are a big fan of this season. Let's have a little look. Everyone remember this? Check out the face on that pumpkin. I'm imagining, though, with this dance this weekend, it's a rumba. You probably might have to wear a little bit more.
Yes, there'll be more than that.
OK. First man to do the rumba.
Yeah.
On Halloween week. How's it going?
It's the most difficult dance for a man, that's for sure.
Why is it so difficult for the fellas?
Because he's in charge of everything. He has to literally lead me every step. And if he doesn't, you can see it straight away because it's a slow dance. So any small mistake...
It's very exposing dance because it's slow, and if you go wrong, you'll be able to tell. And it's there's a lot to think about, a lot to get through. So
How do you feel about it at the moment?
Feel good. Yeah, feel good. You tell the conviction. I feel good. We've got a little bit of work to do, but you know what? When it goes right, it's a beautiful dance. So I'm looking forward to smashing it.
And he even enjoys it.
Yeah, I did enjoy it. I even enjoyed it.
You even enjoyed it. This is all good. This is progress. We look forward to seeing what you are wearing on Saturday. And good luck with the rumba. I love a rumba. It's Davood and Nadiya.
Thank you.
Now it's the moment we've all been waiting for. You have been voting in your thousands. But what will Ian Waite be wearing for Halloween? Your options were Scott Mills' Uncle Fester from the Addams Family, Frankie Bridges' Elphaba from Wicked, and finally, Ore Odeber's grotesque shopkeeper. And the winner, with an overwhelming 70% of the vote, will be revealed after this short message. Ian Waite, please reveal yourself. Quite something else. Oh, do you know what? Green really is your colour. That
is... It matches my eyes.
Do you know, the funniest thing, people, is that is Frankie Bridges' actual outfit.
Can I just say, Frankie, please stop wearing it because you're stretching it now. I can't get it on.
Oh, my goodness me. This is something else. You're right there, love. Have you had an easy flight? Have you got enough props?
It was hard work, but anyway, never mind. We're here now. We're here now.
Lovely weave. I can't take him seriously.
Yes.
OK, let's start with Aston and Jeanette and their Paso Doble to Smells Like Teen Spirit.
Yes.
Does this smell like success?
Well, it smells pretty good from here, darling. Who
is he?
Some very recognisable Paso Doble steps, as you can see. Very good shaping. Ooh. Have a look at this, Zoe. I thought I'd show you this gorgeous shaping. Look at that. Lovely, lovely, and then lovely shaping here, like a proper matador. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And for that, darling, for that, I will give it 4 pumpkins, sweetie.
4 pumpkins. Let's move on to Simon and Karen. That's looking good, Aston. They were in the dance-off last weekend, hoping not to be in the dance-off this week. Sweeney Todd-themed American Smooth Viennese Waltz style. What say you?
Yes, well, I think Sweeney Todd needs to get his elbows up a little bit because they're drooping in places. Look at the windows. I think that studio needs a little bit of a clean.
You get round there with your broom.
Yeah, we can do that. Now here, as you can see, he's looking over the right-hand side of her. Can you see that?
I can see
Stop laughing at me.
I'm not looking at Simon, I'm looking at you. You've got lippy on your teeth.
Oh,
that's it. We got it. That's better.
Now, he needs to look over this way. Now, if you get hold of me, come here.
I'm a little bit... OK.
Now, when you go there, you see, dear...
Where am I going?
He needs to look in that window.
Which window?
You see, I can see through it there.
Oh, yeah.
He's looking over there, and he needs to look there, through the window, through this window.
OK, get away from me with that
right.
green.
Hold on one second.
Oh, yes.
So he's going to get 3 spiders and 1 pumpkin.
Oh.
Not bad,
It's the way you wear that weave. He's wearing it well. OK, Alexandra and Gorka, zombie-themed tango to Nelly Furtado's Man-Eater. Should the rest of the contestants be afraid?
Well, the competition should be very afraid, I think. Nice and low in the legs, sharp and staccato, slick and fast. That's what it looks like at the moment. Look at that lovely balance there in that contre-check. Now, just in places... Oh, this mix going on. Just in places now.
Yeah.
Here, as you can see, sometimes she gets over-enthusiastic and straightens that arm, that right arm. She needs to keep it compact all the time, nice and compact in the arm. So keep the bend in the arm, Alexandra, and the rest is absolutely brilliant. So for this, I'm going to give it 3 pumpkins and 1 spider.
Yeah. That's serious. That is serious. Molly and AJ now are doing a cha-cha-cha to Kylie Minogue, your favourite. Is this looking good?
Well, anything with Kylie Minogue is a winner for me, darling.
Yeah.
Now, yes, there's some light... what it needs is a little bit more snap in the legs.
Yes.
You know, we talk about those straight legs in cha-cha-cha. They need to snap back on every step. So you get that nice, slick, sharp action. As you can see here, there's a little bit of this going on here. Now, here, as she does swivel, she's doing swivel. If I do it round my broom, darling.
OK.
Straight.
Do you want me to hold your skirt up, love? Yes, we get the idea. Come here. Do you want me to tuck it behind your ears?
Yeah, it's getting stuck to my lipstick, darling.
There we go. Oh, God. I have to do this all the time.
Okay.
Okay.
Very good. But hold on one second.
Also, another thing.
We've got two, we give it 2 spiders.
Yeah.
And 2 pumpkins.
Oh, there we go. Molly's having a little air punch in the corner of the studio. Okay, Ruth and Anton are dancing a quick step to the Bewitched theme. Are you liking what you see, darling?
Well, darling, it's my theme tune, darling. Ha, 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 ha. Oh, clear the spiders, yes. There's a lot of gapping going on, as you can see, but it is early stages. It's only Tuesday's footage, and they're just going through the steps. It looks quite a complicated routine.
Yeah.
But here, if I stop it here, now, you know we talk about flower in a vase, darling, yes? We talk about flower in a vase, so really she needs to shape her body towards him there and get the head out here. Even in a promenade, so if I take hold of you there,
do you want me to hold your broom?
Around,
Right, love. This is very surreal.
So when you open into promenade, open into promenade that way, and then your head comes out that way. You still keep it
Just
out.
like
you see what I mean?
I know.
Yeah?
Good.
So flower in a vase all the time. Think about that, Ruth. And for that, I'm going to give it 3 spiders. Well, and 1 pumpkin.
Oh, OK. Thank goodness for that. I have no idea about the scoring system. OK, Susan and Kevin are dancing a foxtrot to Killer Queen. This could be so good.
Never mind Killer Queen. I'll tell you what, these killer heels are killing me. Anyway.
They are cute. They're not mine.
She's still struggling slightly to keep up with Kevin, because Kevin's got so much energy. I can understand that. And her legs are slightly shorter than his. Okay. But her movement's really good, which is a plus. Now, the other thing is I noticed that sometimes, as you can see here, her arm drops down the side. She's got to keep the side up and the elbow up, and she'll be absolutely fine. Just needs to keep it up to him, do you know what I mean? Okay. Now let me, for this...
Real scoring system, I can't wait for this. Where are we going with this one?
Hold on 1 second, that's my scoring system. I'm afraid we're going to have to give this 4 spiders.
Oh! Is that good or bad? We're not really sure.
But I'm not feeling very generous, dressed like this.
OK, I have to say, sadly, everyone, it is time for this pretty one to fly away. Ian, Waite, or Elphaba, should we say? Just something else. Now, from one wicked... It's the way you're holding that broom. From one wicked treat to another, we sent our cameras to meet Strictly's Director of Choreography, Jason Gilgerson, to teach us how to perform the perfect Viennese waltz. Take a look at this.
The Viennese waltz is probably the oldest of all the ballroom dances, and it's very rich in history. It dates back to the 18th century, and it differs from the normal waltz, and it's twice the speed. Many of the celebrities probably think they're going to have a very easy time when they do the Viennese waltz because there's not many steps. That's where they're very, very wrong. The very first step that we'd learn when learning the Viennese waltz is the natural turn. The natural turn is a movement that turns to the right, and it starts off on the right foot and moves around the floor counterclockwise. Now, if we're just concentrating on the man steps here, the man steps forward on the right foot, continues to the side on the left foot, and then closes his right foot to his left foot to start off. And then the second half of the action, he goes back on the left, swings his right foot to the side, and then closes his left foot to his right foot. I think it's important to note here that the male and the female do exactly the same steps. The second step that you usually learn in the Viennese waltz is the reverse turn, which is the turn to the left. And the left foot goes forward, the right foot goes to the side, and then the left foot crosses in front of the right foot for the first part of the action. And then the right foot goes back, the left foot goes to the side, but this time we actually close the feet together, just like in the natural turn. I think the important thing to watch on the reverse turn is that we don't lose sight of our body connection. The third step that we do in the Viennese waltz is a change step. Obviously, we use this step to go from rotating one way to the other. It's interesting to note that no matter what the step in the Viennese waltz, the counting is all the same. It goes 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. I always like to tell the dancers and the celebs that when they're moving around the floor to think of it like a racetrack, And it's like a small circle within that racetrack, making sure that your steps are always going straight down the line of dance. Now, Strictly wouldn't be Strictly without a fleckrel. And that's a weird name, I know, but it's a little fast-moving spin that happens in the middle of the floor during a Viennese waltz. You can do a fleckrel both ways. You can do a reverse fleckrel, which is normally how it starts, and then you can do a natural fleckrel. What separates them both is a contra check, which is that sudden movement that you see in between. It is so important to master a contra check because it is one of the few elements that is in every single ballroom dance, and particularly in the Viennese waltz, it's done quite quickly. The thing I love about the Viennese waltz is, even though it's one of the oldest of all the dances, it's probably one of the most beautiful and the most free once you get it right. There's a real feeling of exuberance and freedom as you dance around the floor. Whilst the number of steps may make the Viennese waltz seem really, really simple, it's one that the judges can pick up on straight away if something very small goes wrong. So good luck with this one.